Yesterday, I issued this challenge. I was like, the challenge is how to make money from your house during coronavirus challenge. And the reason for it is because if you can figure out how to make money right now while this is going on from your house, you'll probably find that after this is over, you can still make money from your house. So, the thing here is to try new things. That's what I'm doing. As well as sharpening up my pencil and on my blade, which is now the pencil, like doing things that I wasn't doing before, like writing. I'm about to go to the gallery and get my guitar, start playing that again. I'm taking the time to just do all the things I've been wanting to do that I just never got a chance to do. Like I might try to learn a language while I'm here, while I'm quarantined. But it's crazy. At the end of the day, my life, again, I keep saying it really hasn't changed. It's like if you're not prepared to be quarantined, even if there's never a reason to be quarantined, then it almost seems like your life might not be together. You know what I mean? Like you should always be prepared to have a good house that you can stay in for a couple of weeks if you have to. You should have enough supplies. Your refrigerator should be full, at least if you're an adult. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about who is it that's really panicking the most? And it's people that are worried about being employed by other people. Like, I can't go to work. I was thinking about the people that were told, you got to go to work even though there's corona outside. Like, there's some people a week ago, I was like, you're still working? And it was like, they told me I still got to go to work. Like, someone could tell you got to go to work, even if there's a disease that could kill you outside. And, those are the people that have to worry about, damn, is this person still going to pay me? How am I going to earn? See, when you have your own independent business, I feel like you make the products that you sell to earn. So, no one could really stop you from selling your product. So as long as you have a product, then you could sell it. So now it's about figuring out what your product is that you could sell and then being able to just get it delivered directly to the house. Now, the good thing about content is content gives you residual income. So once you make it once, it continues to make money every time it gets played, and you never have to create it again. That's the kind of money that you can get just sitting by the pool, relaxing 10 years after you did the action. And that's the money that feels the best. See, my plan is to build a catalog of movies and content that generate residual income years after I made them. So if I make a movie now, 10 years from now, if they play it on Showtime or BET, I'll get a check for it. And, I still get checks for things like I look at a younger version of myself and tell you, that was me 20 years ago. And I'm still getting money for memories that I just captured, So if you know how to capture certain things, you have content, it'll keep giving you money forever. So that was always my plan. Then also when you have a lot of catalog, you can get loans against it if you have to. You know what I mean? Off the income. Like, so let's say your catalog makes $20 million a year. Then that means the bank might give you $15 million a year against knowing that you're going to make that 20. That's how Michael Jackson used to, get over, because he had the Beatles catalog. He just get a loan against whatever the Beatles was going to earn that year. You know what I mean? And what a major label is, like a Universal or Sony, when they get acquired, they're just acquiring the catalog based on how much money it generates, and that's the principles of business. But, I guess what I'm trying to say right now is now it's time to figure out how to be independent, how to be sustainable, how not to worry about somebody else paying you, just getting money based on what you sell. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, a drug dealers never worry. They like, I could just bottle up some drugs and sell it. You got to figure out what the legal drug is and then sell that. And then you have to believe in it wholeheartedly. Like, you got to think about it. You have to plan it out. Like, to me, if you could visualize something for more than a minute and a half, it becomes a manifestation. And if you can make other people around you visualize the same thing, if that's a dream, it will become realized quicker because now you have focused energy. You know what I mean? And you can't expect it to get given to you, to me, it's like I just need to know the answers, how to do it, but then it's my job to do it. Like some people want to know how to do it, and then they want it done for them. If you're not down to go get it and do it yourself and fight for it and train for it, feel some pain for it, then it's not worth it. And you ain't going to never have it. Somebody else that's willing to fight for it will. You know what I'm saying? And, that's just the way I approach things. And I've always approached things like that. And I'm really excited about the writing because I never did it before. Like, I'd always do it after. But now that I'm doing it, it's mad easy. I wrote like a whole movie yesterday. I couldn't believe it, like an outline. As a director, I already know I got it. I got what I need. I got the story. So, now I'm going to just be making manuscripts and shooting them shits, directing them shits. I guess I'll be in some of them, not all of them. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on. I had Nicolette downstairs. We was hitting the bag. We make sure we work out every day. Got to work out every day. I even been cutting my own hair. Like, I can even, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't got to have a barber right now. Big shout out to Vince. But, he can't come in. He got kids. He can't come through. Barber can't come through. It's funny because people are starting to see what they actually can do on their own. So if you've been dependent on other people doing things for you, and now you can't get to those people, now you have to do shit on your own. And now you can really see how self-sufficient you are. And if you aren't, and you're realizing that through this experience, now it's time to get your mind right and never let yourself get caught like this again. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm really happy about, I'm like, damn, imagine if you get caught up in this situation and you don't have like another person to be with. Like you running around all the time and you have like, these slight relationships with a lot of people, but when something really happens, you alone. That's why people go outside all the time, because they're alone in their house. So some people are having to deal with being by themselves. And that's a situation a lot of people aren't all right with. They'd rather be outside than be in the house. Be with a bunch of strangers than be alone by themselves. And I'm also hearing like people are still really outside chilling. And that's crazy to me. Like, I'm like, what? Like my man Daniel said, he went through the block and he said it was like 20 people outside just chilling. I'm like, I don't get that. The reason why I don't get that is because you might again think you're invincible, but 9 times out of 10 there's somebody home love and they can't stand it. That can't stand it. They might be older, they might have a secondary problem, all type of shit. So it's about caring about other people. But in my mind, I think this is going to peak out in about 2 weeks. And then, hopefully, because, after the 14 days, everybody knows who got it. Everyone else should stay inside so it doesn't spread. And hopefully, there'll be some kind of way to get back to some degree of a new normal. It ain't going to be an old normal. You might as well forget about things going back to normal. And it might not be a bad thing that things don't go back to normal. Like, what was your old normal? Did you really enjoy it? So if you wasn't enjoying what normal was, now's your chance to fix it. What was that? And make a new normal. What was that? Oh, the ladder fell. Now it's time to make a new normal, the normal that you want. So if you don't like the old normal, it's a good chance to start a new normal. There's always light in the dark. There's always a good situation to find in what appears to be bad. You just got to control the situation. I am looking for content creators, but, I don't know. It's like I have to make my own content because I don't want to have to pay for it if I can make it myself. Like if I take it from somebody else, I got to license it. I got to split it. So right now, I'm trying to just get my block clicking with my own work. And then, if somebody has something already made, then yeah, I'll definitely share the block. But as far as me like putting up bread for somebody else's dream right now, every dollar's going into my dream. I'm investing in me right now. And it's really important to me that I win based on my talent. That I start to make money off of my creativity as opposed to other people's. I spent a lot of years making money off of other people's creativity. And what happens, Like, regardless of whether you make a creative money or not, they still resent you for having to take some money out their pocket and give it to you even if you earned it. And I can dig that. You know, it is what it is. So it's like, yo, I might as well do things myself and, you know, bet on myself, be unapologetic about who I am. And I advise that's what other people do. So sometimes people call me like, I want to tell this one story, that one story. I'd like, tell your own story. Your story is so much more interesting than these people you're bringing to me. But people sometimes are real nervous about being at the forefront about their point of view. And that was something that my girl made me do. She was like, yo, you better start directing. You better start playing music. You better start doing the shit you love, as opposed to telling everybody else how to do it. And then they act like it's their and they act entitled about what you told them to do when they got to pay you for it. And I appreciate her for that. And she supported that. Like, every time I get some money, like I get a couple of dollars, I'm like, yo, I'm going to bet it all on a movie. She be like, go ahead. Right? She be riding out. Yeah? That's the, we got to get someone to ride out with you regardless. You know? That's why I can never be mad at Rock, because she ain't never mad at me. She's never worried about when I'm like, yo, I could do this myself. And let's just bet it all. She don't be like, put the money up. She don't be like, let's buy some shit. She like, let's go. Let's make our dreams come true. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I fuck with her so tough. And it's been like that for years. It hasn't been like a new thing. She been riding out with me for about 12 years. She deserves everything I got right now. Love you too, Emma's Ash. So yeah, I'm wondering, has anyone taken the time to think about how can you make money from your house? What can you sell from your crib? Or what can you do to generate income as an independent from your house? You know, and if you haven't taken the time to think about it, then that's really on you. But I bet you if you take 20 minutes, you'll come up with so many different ideas. And then once you have those ideas, you'll be like, some people be like, oh, that's going to be too much work. It's not going to work. And then they don't do it. That's fear. Don't let fear stop you from trying. Do that shit. Try it. Try. And if it doesn't work out, that's not a failure. That's a learning experience. Now you know when you come back to come back different. And you have to realize the first time you do something, you never do it right. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that you do it perfect the first time. So, you know, working in business is like a muscle. The more you work at it, the stronger you get. And no pain, no gain. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's just the way I see things, and that's the way, you know, I've been living. Oh, yeah. A big shout out to all those type 1 diabetics out there, type 2 too. You know, take care of yourself. I've been making sure my blood sugar is good. My A1 is like a 7.5 right now, 3 months, and that's decent. I'm not mad at it. You know, there was a time it was a 10 and 11, and that's not good for you, and I'm getting too old to be playing those games, you know? Where should one start to bring a clothing line up? I mean, right now, direct-to-consumer is everything, you know? So one right now can't come out. One has to present a clothing line from inside. So I just give content with the clothes on it, show the process of making it. You know, that's what I always do. I always show my process so you know it's real, so you can know what it took for me to make what I made, so you can know it's legit. Like, I'm not just putting my name on something, that I really look at it as an art, and what you're enjoying is a reflection of who I am, you know? So sometimes, you know, I think showing the process is a great way to promote what you're actually selling, so they know that what goes into making it, you know, how legit that is. You know what I'm saying? Will I ever start a label again? I mean, I always have a label division. I got music. I put it out, but it's not my business model. Would I ever do a label like I did before, where that's what I did every day, all day, and fought all day to fit into a business that's not a real business? No, I would never do that again. An art gallery owner, me as a art gallery owner, I don't make my money off selling art. I make my money, what I do, my business model is I get a new artist and I showcase that artist, and I buy a lot of his work or her work deep, because it's not that expensive. Once it shows in my gallery, all the art and the valuation of the art goes up. And then, you know, when I was running around, I would show it in China, I would show it in Charleston. So, you know, a lot of my pieces, once they're not worth as much, and after they're in my gallery, they're worth a lot more. So I buy them before I put them in the gallery. So I got a warehouse full of art. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I keep the art on the walls that I like the most. You know what I mean? But I definitely got a lot of art. What do you do to keep your temper in check? I keep puppies around me. I keep women around me. You know, I keep things around me that I feel guilty about acting up or being out of pocket around. Like, I can't be yelling at no women. You know, I might react and I gotta be like, nah, it's a one girl. I can't, even though she disrespected me, I can't do that. Or, you know, whenever I'm real tight, the governor looks at me and you can't be so mad when you got puppies around. And beautiful women, when you have beautiful people around you, you don't want them to feel uncomfortable. You know, and the only time I give that aggression is to protect the people that are around me. And that can also be scary. When I'm protecting what I love, that's definitely could be a scary thing because, you know, I feel like as a man, that's what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? To be honest. You know? Where's Meta World Peace? Somebody gave him a shout out. You there? If you are, what up, bro? Big shout out to Meta World Peace. He used to come down to the Kingdom and all that. You know? My favorite, I like OG. I smoke OG. You know? I was smoking gelato, some outdoor gelato for a little while. But right now I'm smoking the OG. And the thing was, I was going to quit. You know, I got the, you know, the doctor's thing to smoke it. That's another thing I do to keep my temper down is I smoke. But when this happened, Rocky was like, now's not the time for you to quit. You know, relax. You know what I mean? It's funny because now when I shoot, like I'm thinking about how am I going to shoot content, and you got to have a skeleton crew. Like you can't have a bunch of people on set no more. But you know, it's cool because that's really, if you look at the way I've done all my stuff, it's always been so I'm not around a lot of people. So even my concerts are called under 100. I never want more than 100 people because I don't believe it's the volume of people, it's the quality of people. So if you got a bunch of lames, you know, in your spot, you're going to have a lame spot. But you got a nice little crew of cool people, 2 or 3 good people, your shit is fire. And that's the environment you want to be around. You want to know the people, you know, that's around you and like that. You know what I mean? That's just the way I be looking at shit, you know? So overall, at the end of the day, the fight is always for love. I'm always fighting for love. And what comes with love is respect and honor. And what comes with love is exposure, because it's not about loving yourself. It's about loving other people. So even in this moment, I feel safe, but I got family that's out there. I'm worried about them. The people I love. If somebody out there that I love gets sick, it'd probably hurt me more than if I get sick, because I always feel like I can handle everything. You know? And I feel other people's pain. You know, I'm hearing about, and I definitely want to give a big shout out to anyone that's helping this fight, that's outside being brave, that's healthy, that's actually trying to help people that are sick. Now that's a gangster right there, you know? And a big shout out to anyone that's been practicing leading by example, you know, not taking these things for granted. Like I said, you know, being aware of something doesn't mean you're scared of it. It means you're being smart about it. So it's about being smart about shit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, 2 weeks ago when I first heard about this, the only thing I really had to hear was if you got an underlining situation, you could die, I'm in the house. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And then I start thinking like, all right, a lot of people be in jail. They have no choice. They got to stay someplace for a way longer time under a way wacker circumstance, and they deal with it. So when I hear people complaining like, yo, I can't stay in the house and this, that, and the third, I'm like, I think you should enjoy the fact that you can stay in the house, that you are healthy, and that you can enjoy just being in the house. And that's something to really enjoy and to marinate and cherish, that you could just be in an environment that you created, that you could call your own, and that you could stay in that situation, in that house, for as long as you feel like it without feeling uncomfortable. You shouldn't feel uncomfortable in your own house. You should be happy where you at. And if not, you got to fight for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's really that. And that's really that. So I'm hoping that people took the challenge serious. I'm hoping that people took the time to think. Like for me, I'm like, if I'm the only one that's sitting around thinking, then I'm going to be ahead of the game. And I could be like, I ain't going to tell nobody that. But to me, I'm like, I want everybody to win. Everybody should take this time to regroup and come back stronger. You know, be fearless, but be cautious and come back stronger. You got to already know you're going to win. You know what I mean? You got to visualize the W. You got to see that shit. If you got a dream, visualize that shit in your brain. Because if you can't see it, it cannot happen. But if you can visualize it, you can make anything you think into a reality. Anything you think into a reality. Period. You know? But some people don't even want to take the time to think. If you're too lazy to think, then you're definitely too lazy to do. But these be the same people that rather get told what to do and have to do physical work all day. They more comfortable with somebody else giving them a plan, which entails them actually sweating and hurting themselves, than them actually thinking of a plan to where somebody else might be able to do the physical work. You know? Or, you know, you get a lot done by having a team as opposed to you trying to do everything yourself. So you got to have a dream that's inspiring enough for other people to believe in it, because your dream has to mean that their dream, like if you win, that means they win. So y'all both got to have the same dream, and then y'all fight for the same thing. You know? And you got to keep people like that around you. And then also you got to remember, a lot of people think because they got morals and principles that everyone else has morals and principles. Business is the most vicious game out there. And if you come out there thinking people got morals and principles like you, you're going to get eaten. And that, I didn't get eaten, I got shocked. You know, I was like, yo, I never thought that people would be such cheaters and lowlives and could accept, you know, getting things in a way that's not honorable, rob your friends and trick them and all type of shit. But at the end, and their reality would be like, yo, it's just business. And that used to hurt. Like, how could it just be business? It's personal to me. And what I do now is, it's still personal, but I know everyone else takes it as business, so I don't take it personal. It's personal to me. It ain't got to be personal to you, but I don't do nothing that I don't love. I don't invest in nothing that I don't care about. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard not to take it personal. I just don't take you personal. You know, you could get out my life. You could be in my rearview mirror at any moment if it's business. You know, but, you know, as a friend, losing a friend, that can hurt. You know what I mean? And what's is a lot of times you try to put, because you got friends, like, yo, let me get you some money. And then trying to do business with them ruins the friendship. And it'd be like, damn, I was just trying to get you some money in the first place. So some people, it's better just to keep the friendship. I'll be like, man, if I make some money, I just give it to you, man, because I know if we get into business, we're going to end up fighting. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's just been based on my personal experience. Some people dig it, some people don't. Some people want to hear the truth, and a lot of people don't, because once you know the truth, that means you got to fix it and make it right. And that takes energy, so some people are just too lazy. They'd rather believe in a lie than fix it and make it a truth. You know what I mean? And I don't understand that. You know? And you're right. Somebody said everyone's not going to think. Matter of fact, everyone does not think the same as me. And I'm not offended by that. I'm all right with that. You keep thinking like you want to think, just do it over there. You know? And that's why in moments like this, when I have to stay in my own bubble, I'm used to it because I'm in my own bubble anyway. I almost feel like it might have been time for some social distancing, for some people to just, you know, get certain other people 6 feet the fuck away from them so they can breathe, you know, so they can focus on themselves. You know what happens with a person that loves a lot of people, a boss, a father, whatever, you get caught up in everybody else's problems because you want to fix everybody else's problems. You want to be that guy, you know, because you love. And the people's problems that you fix don't give a fuck about you usually. Won't even be there for you when it's time. Even when it's like, yo, just give me some respect. That shit don't cost nothing. They won't even give you that. And you can't be mad at those people. I feel sorry for those people because they're unevolved. Not everybody is evolving at the same pace. You know, which that also will mean you're going to have a hard life learning your lesson. So if you won't learn the lesson from me teaching it to you, I feel sorry for you because life is going to be way harsher for me. You know, I'd rather learn, teach you from my mistakes than you have to learn from your own, which is a mistake within itself. You know what I'm saying? And, that's just how I see things. Oh, also we got Billy Carson. We got the Forbidden Knowledge show, Galaxy TV. That's cracking. It's crazy because if you look at the Yah Squad and then you look at, Forbidden Knowledge, one can say those are two completely points of views on the way things actually happened. But they're both preaching and talking about positive things, and that's all I care about. Everyone can have their own opinion, everyone can see their own perspective, but as long as at the end of the day, it's about love and it's about good. I'm not going to knock you, and I will definitely share my platform. You know what I mean? Always. And I don't want to be around people that don't feel the same way. If you're not honest, if you're not trying to help, if you're fighting about love, I don't want you around me. I don't want you to like me. I prefer you call me an ass and stay over there. Go talk about me in front of your girl, over there. That's what I'd rather you go do, because that's what most people fucking do. You know what I mean? And, that's a cheater's life. But I just don't know how you can feel good about yourself when you do that. I think it's corn. Word. Yeah, so, I think I've been a man of my word. I definitely said I was going to be on live every day. My man Gabram was like, you got to start connecting with your peoples, directly explaining to them your point of view and your perspective on things. Because sometimes people don't understand it because of my tone, because I say things aggressive, because I intentionally really want to shake shit up because I want to be heard. If I say things in a certain way all nice, I start not listening to shit. But when I disrupt you, when I just disturb your soul because I give you a reality about yourself that you don't like, when I make you go home and think and make you go apply what I said even though you're mad at me, then I did my job. As long as I invoke change, as long as I invoke a certain awareness, and it's all positive like that. It's all positive. I'm not about no negativity. I don't want no bubblegum shit. Definitely not fighting nobody unless they trying to fight me. But to be honest, culturally, we can't be fighting each other. We got to stick together, especially right now. We got to figure out what the new normal is, and we got to do it together. Click up with the people you trust, the people that are like-minded. Get together. When you get on the phone, don't talk about bubblegum shit. Don't talk about other people, their jewelry, their cars, if they got money, if they got all that. Kick all of that shit. Talk about getting some money. Talk about plotting. Get with your people and talk about some positive shit. Talk about feeding your kids. What could we do so our kids got some land, so we can pass a business to our children, so they don't have to go through this bullshit? What could we do to protect our children from all the bullshit we had to deal with? That's what you got to talk about with your friends. Or you talking about the wrong shit. It's a waste of time to talk about other artists. It's a waste of time to talk about reality show stars, YouTubers, fuck all of that. Talk about getting some money. Stop talking about other people. And if you find that you are unconsciously, or someone that you're talking to is, bring it to their attention or kick yourself in the ass. It's for your own good. You know what I'm saying? And most people that have a certain mentality, like if somebody starts talking to me about some bubblegum shit, I stop. Like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't care about that. Let's talk about getting some money. Let's talk about being creative. Let's talk about saving some people. Let's talk about some good shit. Like, you'd be surprised. I wish people could just be on the phone with me and Daniel, man, and a couple of other different people that I talk to daily, and to hear what the level of our conversation is. It's always about evolution. It's always about learning from our mistakes. And it's always about being strong as men. Being proud to be a man is important. When we came up, being honorable and doing the right thing, being strong enough to do the right thing showed real power. Being strong enough to love other peoples before yourself, that was what we considered gangster. Being smart was gangster. Teaching people not to get in trouble, saving somebody's life was what we considered some OG gangster shit. When you could talk somebody into putting a gun down and to stop hustling and doing something legal, That's gangster. When you could clean up your neighborhood and clean up your family and shit like that, that's gangster. And anything else has to be looked at as bubblegum shit. And if the person you talking to is talking bubblegum shit, then you gonna start talking bubblegum shit. Bubblegum shit is contagious. Just like smart shit is contagious. You know when you yawn, somebody yawn, you yawn, somebody laugh, you feel like laughing. Somebody talk, you're gonna start feeling stupid. Somebody starts talking smart, you start feeling smart. Somebody starts talking powerful, you start feeling powerful. So stop talking to people that's talking because they don't have else to talk about. Especially if they only got to, if they only got to talk about other people. Especially dudes. Dudes got to stop that shit. But anyway, that's basically what I had to say. See, I have a television network with a point of view, and it's all about evolution, It's deprogramming, not programming, because that's what normal television is. Programming you to be distracted, to think you're supposed to be doing what they doing on TV, and they all actors, ain't none of them doing. You know what I'm saying? And to teach us that bubblegum is stupid and distractions and superficial is the shit to talk about, and it's not. It's not the normal. That's what they use to control us and distract us. And I'm here to get us to focus. You know what I'm saying? Period. If you're going to go outside, man, take some tea. Make sure you washing your hands and wash your thumbs too. Pause. Don't even know how to wash their hands. Wash your thumbs. You know what I'm saying? And, when you get in the house, take a full shower. I'm lucky enough to have a steam room in the house, so I just go in the steam room every fucking day. They said the humidity kills that shit. I'm keeping the humid pause in my throat. Fuck that. Take this shit serious. Come out of this shit winning. Don't come out of this shit beat up. Embrace this fight. Don't look at it as a struggle. Look at it as a challenge. A time to show who you really are. You feel me? The only time you can show if you were real gangsters in a real defining moment, a fight, and what a real gangster means to you. It don't mean crumble. It don't mean blame people for your problems. It don't mean pick your gun up. It means use your brain. It means let love be the leading factor. That's what it means. You know what I'm saying? And have no fear. Be unapologetic. Know you're going to win. Period. We got to win. There is no choice. There's no going backwards. It's only forward motion. Backwards is the ocean, and that means you drown. There's death before you go backwards. You feel me? Go forward. Push yourself. And push the people around you. You feel me? And, that's what I really got to say.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.